Hello guys, welcome to our channel. In this video, we're talking about the review of an American biographical drama film, Till, in terms of sex, nudity, violence, gore, and profanity. Please note that while we do our best to avoid spoilers, it's impossible to hide every detail, and some important plot elements may be revealed. We'd be appreciated it if you support us by smashing that thumbs up button and being our subscriber. Thanks in advance for your support. By the way, we are curious about whether you will prefer to watch this movie with your children or not. Please share your thoughts in the comment section with us after watching our review. Let's get started. The film has been rated PG-13 by the MPAA ratings due to thematic content involving racism, strong disturbing images, and racial slurs. In terms of sexual content, violence, and strong language, it has been assigned 2, 6, and 3 points out of 10, respectively. The movie includes a couple of kisses and hugs and a description of an implied sexual assault, not an explicit sex scene or nudity. A man and a woman kiss and hug in a couple of scenes. A man comforts a woman by stroking her shoulder. A woman in court testifies that a man entered her shop at night, implying that she was sexually assaulted. She said he grabbed her hand and put it behind her back, leaned forward, and the man said, "How's your date, baby?" And, "Don't worry. I've been with white women before." A woman wears a low-cut dress and her cleavage is visible in some scenes. A woman sitting on the edge of her bed wears her pants wide, showing her décolleté and bare shoulders. We see the dead teenager's bare chest, stomach, and legs. So, the sex, nudity point is assigned as 2 out of 10 for this movie. The movie includes the sounds of a beating, images of the bloated and broken body of a teen boy, and many arguments. A female and guys stand over a desk wherein the female's son's body is blanketed with a sheet. The two guys preserve handkerchiefs over their faces, and odor is implied. The female tells one guy to take away the sheet and she and one of the guys gasp at what they see. We see the body bloated and badly discolored with a gaping wound on the head and disfigured facial features, and the female touches the body gently and wails in grief. A reporter picks the body of a 14-year-old boy and we see the photos posted in a newspaper. A female needs an open casket funeral for her son so that everybody can see what racial hatred did to her son. We later see many humans amassed outdoors at a church and taking walks through a viewing of the body. Several guys pound on a door and call for a teen boy. They refer to him as the one which did the talking, and the person in the residence attempts to dissuade them till they wreck through the door and seek the residence with flashlights. A teen boy is advised to dress and is dragged out of the residence by the guys as a man and woman try and prevent them. However, they're threatened with a gun and the teen boy is positioned with inside the back of a truck while one guy says, "We need to train him a lesson," and they drive away. We hear guys' voices yelling. We hear a teen boy crying out and numerous blows because the boy is being beaten. We do not see the beating. The next day we see some guys in the distance carrying something heavy wrapped in a tarp and positioned it in a truck. 3 men, one with a gun, go to the front door of a house and have a young man testify in court. The young man runs out the back of the house and a man with a gun chases him onto a dirt road and is cut off by a car. No injuries seen. A teenager walks through a general store, reaches for a gumball jar, pays clerk, and remarks she looks like a movie star, and she seems alarmed. He leaves the store, and she rushes to the door. The boy whistles, enraging her, and runs to her car to get the gun. As the boy and a few others speed off in another car, the woman points her gun at them. A woman and 2 men are walking toward the courthouse. Several boys are firing guns and firecrackers, and the boys are laughing as they enter the building. 2 men and 1 woman entering the court are searched. A woman tells a man to look for her. "I dare you." A man with a gun patrols the building's corridors. A man in court identifies another man as the man who kidnapped and murdered the teenager. A man in court believes a woman and her NAACP plotted the story of her teenager being murdered, and says the boy is still alive somewhere. A young woman tells the woman that the body of her teenage son was found in the river. The woman falls. A woman is devastated to hear that her teenage son has gone missing. She meets with lawyers and influencers who can help find him. In several scenes, they are discussing plans. A young man reprimands a teenager for his actions, stating, "You killed," derogatory term removed, "for less than what you did." We hear news that a teenager has been kidnapped and found dead in a river. We hear several news reports, 2 of them describe in Mississippi 2 black men being murdered. One woman says she didn't want her young children to live in fear. A woman tells her teenage son to humble himself in front of white people if necessary. A woman yells at a man who didn't use a gun on the men who kidnapped her son. He says he had to make a choice. One woman told reporters gathered outside the building that the smell was of her son's corpse and that the circumstances of his death were inciting racial hatred. A woman is offended by the questions men ask her about her relationship with a man and what happened to her husband. A woman is worried about her teenage son leaving Chicago to visit family in Mississippi. She tells him, "The rules are different over there." A woman gets upset in several scenes by saying she and her son have never been apart until he was gone. There are newspaper clippings and some letters that appear to be hate mail addressed to a woman. We read an article that Medgar Evers was murdered in front of his home and his family. We read that the Emmett Till Anti-Lynching Act was signed into his 2022. A woman watches a coffin being unloaded from a train. She rushes toward it and wails in grief. Pleading for them to open the box and that he can't breathe, she cries, "Get him out of the box." The teenager appears to have a speech impediment. So, due to all these scenes, the violence gore point is assigned as 6 out of 10 for this movie. In the movie, we hear about 2 mild obscenities, 21 derogatory terms for black people, name-calling, freak show, so-called men, hicks, uppity, belligerent, exclamations, shut up, don't talk back, 1 religious profanity, 7 religious exclamations, Lord have mercy, oh Lord, oh God. So, profanity point is assigned as 3 out of 10 for this film. Let's sum up. An American biographical drama movie, Till, is rated PG-13, meaning parents strongly caution. By the MPAA ratings due thematic content involving racism, strong disturbing images and racial slurs. Moreover, in terms of 3 different categories which are sex, nudity, violence, gore, and profanity, it has been given 2, 6 and 3 points out of 10, respectively. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy the video. What do you think about watching this movie with your children? Please share your thoughts with us. Also, we'd be appreciated if you comment the movies that you want to be reviewed below. See you next time.